I'm trying to figure out, ring light that I got. My dad got me. This is why I haven't used it. You can't see my eyes if I do. I like lighting, but I don't like how you can't see my eyeballs, and if I take off my glasses, I look weird, first of all. And I can't see what I'm doing. But I'm just talking, so it doesn't matter if I can see what I'm doing. If I can't talk without my glasses on, we have a problem. Okay, anyways. Oh, that's gonna drive me nuts. Okay. Should I just take them off? I can't see anything. No, okay, we're just gonna deal with it. Okay, so I want to address the video I made last month about Matthias and the whole situation that they're going through with Cyphus. I don't appreciate some of the comments on my video. They are unnecessarily rude. If the same applies to you, that I've been told, if I don't like what they're filming, don't watch the videos. If you don't want to hear my opinion, don't watch my video. It goes both ways. Logic is a two-way street, okay? Also, there's just too much coincidence going on in those videos for me to believe that anything that is happening now is real. How coincidental is it that every single thing that they need, this is driving me nuts, that they need to film the videos and further the timeline is within their studio? Like, you would think logically, like Matt said, that if there's other parts of things trapped in other studios, that there would be holes in the plot line, and there's not. Like, everything that they need to further the storyline is within their studio. That's just too coincidental for me. And you know, I've watched Matthias for a long time. A long time. Like, pretty much since the year they started making videos. So I know that he is someone who genuinely appreciates and holds privacy and security and safety at a very high level. And especially now that he's got 2 children. And of course Amanda, he wants to protect her always. So and his coworkers. It doesn't make sense to me why, if Matt thought they were in genuine danger, he would have drug it out this long. Because even though he feels like he can predict Cyphus's next move, as many times as Cyphus has been in and out of that studio, he could have very well planted a bomb somewhere in there, like they thought he did with the LAPD case. And so, there's just too much going on that fits perfectly together for it to make sense to me anymore. Like, even murder mysteries have ends that don't tie together because there's things they can't find. Stories never fit together perfectly unless they're planned to. And so, no. Like, if Matthias knows who Cyphus is, if he knows who D is, if he knows who the undercover cop is, then they're not in danger, and there's no harm, no pun intended, in dragging this on for as long as they want to. And Matthias has already said that he was worried about having to let people go because of COVID and not being able to pay them while they weren't working. And so it only makes sense to me to, what does a creator do naturally to get more money? He makes videos that draws people in because views on YouTube equals money. That's just natural, right? And I guess maybe some of you guys don't know, if you're new to Matthias' channel or whatever, he's a film major. He went to college for the film industry, so it's not like he doesn't know what he's doing. He's been doing this for a very long time now. He started with Team Edge in 2015. 6 or so years that he's had to perfect making videos with intricate plot lines and storylines and stuff like that. Because I know for a fact that if Matthias thought that his family and his co-workers were in danger, he would have seen about going to the police in person so much sooner than he actually did, because it falls back on him if anybody that works there gets hurt. But again, if he knows who it is, then it doesn't matter. So, to those of you who are angry that I dare formulate my own opinion about what's happening, oops. Stay mad about it. I honestly don't care. I have better things to do than feel bad that you're hurt by me forming my own opinion. So, If you don't want to hear what I have to think, don't watch my video. I have not watched like the past 5 videos, like I said, that Matthias has made since turning on the Apple II with the floppy disk emulator thing. No, I haven't watched, and I probably won't ever, because I have so thoroughly convinced myself that it's fake that I can't even get through one video without getting mad that people are still falling for this crap. It's just, it's not fair. Like, if it's fake, which he's already said it's not, but he can say whatever he wants to, and those who are diehard fans are gonna believe him. But if it's fake, why not just say so? Because there's people who have invested hours into research on the Reddit, because sometimes I check into it just to see what people are, and even for a while I was too, like, Matt, like, this is what this means, this is what that means, what if it ties into this? And then when I started seeing things that didn't add up, I was like, wait a minute, why am I wasting my time on this if these things aren't even adding up like they said they were? Like, originally when Matthias was talking about when they got the studio, he said that before they had it, it was a science lab, and it was one big building all connected to the same business. But just recently in a video, he said that he never said in a video that the buildings were all connected. He's backpedaling because his story is starting to slip, in my opinion. Because he did say that, and he said it on film, so unless they go back and find the video it's in and edit it out, there's no way for him to hide that he admitted that he knew that, and now he's saying that he doesn't. So maybe you guys who are so into this should just pay more attention to what he's saying, because you might catch on to things I'm catching on to. And if he had just come out and said, like, this is not real, this is just a storyline, we're experimenting with filming and ideas and stuff, it wouldn't bug me so much like it does now that I've convinced myself it's fake. So, like, I'd rather just know, so I don't have to be concerned for their safety. Like, I was genuinely worried for them for a second that they were in danger and they needed to do whatever they could to get help. Apparently that's not the case, because it's been 3 years now. But more recently, when they caught up on stuff, it's whatever. You guys have a great day. If you want to believe that this is real, be my guest, but I'm just not going to anymore, so stay mad, I guess. Okay, so, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry you were that close. I just thought real quick we'd go through some of these comments that I had to read. I didn't have to, I chose to. Just to respond, because I know people don't read comments. So let's see, the first one, if you go to the video I made, is my pinned comment that I made. Matt once asked in a video, what do they get from planning this? Views and subs, and views equal money. Some of these comments are really rude. The first person said, shut up. Oh, my heart. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. So I said, you're way too invested in one of the most fake series I've ever witnessed, and it's embarrassing. And they said, well, I can't even read. Do you think we give a poo if it's fake? It's entertaining, so no one cares at all. And then I said, you might not, but I certainly do. There are some fans who are genuinely concerned for their safety of Matt and his coworkers. Clearly you are not one of them. So the comment under that, different person, says, dude, I really think the same. And the person under that, Megan Leonard, it's so creative and so addictive. Don't change something good we have right now, please. I'm so addicted. If you don't like this series, then you don't have to watch it. I put, you know, if it was done in honesty, I wouldn't mind one bit, and I would actually probably still be watching the videos. If something this serious is real or fake, I like to be aware. It's not fair that thousands of fans are dedicating their time to something that, in the end, isn't real at all. What a waste. And if it's fake, the dishonesty is going to push a lot of fans away in the end. And I didn't say, but I meant that people spending all their time on the Reddit doing research for Matt. And then one comment under that from someone just named Jay. How do you know they found everything? This one's kind of long, so I'm going to sit back to read this one. So I said, regardless of if they have found everything or not, I find it highly sus that everything found within or around High Five Studios ties together perfectly. You'd naturally think that if there were other pieces to the puzzle trapped in other studios that won't make appearances in their videos because they don't belong to Matt, he has no right to show them, that there would be gaps and loopholes, but there's not. Everything they find has a purpose, and every issue they stumble across is resolved in 1 or 2 videos. The only ongoing issue they have is not knowing exactly who Cyphus is. And if they know who Cyphus is, then there's no problem in dragging this on for as long as they have, because they know the villain and they aren't in any real or immediate danger. That's the 3rd time I reached for my mouse when I had to take out the Bluetooth thing to plug in my ring light. So the next comment from Yeet Hahaha is the videos are filmed a few weeks before and they release them later, which I'm well aware of. I know how YouTube works. And then someone replied to them and said, they planned it that way to make people think it's true, but it's totally scripted and fake. It should end. And the first person that replied to them said, I don't know at this point, but one of the ways I think it's real is in one of their newest videos, the LAPD case had like a self-destruct system, and the liquid almost burned down their studio. Okay, so one of the teenage videos that they just did was setting themselves on fire, which I haven't watched yet, but I really want to. Do you really think that they don't have access to chemicals like that? Like, it could be some household chemical reaction thing that when you break it, it just burns a hole through stuff. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I'm not a scientist. Science is one of my worst subjects in school. I just think it's... I don't know. On that front, I don't know. I just don't think it's totally out of line that they would have some way to contact someone in the movie industry that can make things like that. Okay, so the next comment is, it was planned, but things can go wrong with plans too, sorry. And then the original person said, well, we have no proof that says it's planned. Wow, this person is probably not a native English speaker, and that's okay, nothing wrong with that. Well, we have no proof that says it's planned, but I think the plot is real, just some points on a plot are exaggerated. And I put, right? ? Matt has totally drugged this on too long. It's annoying now. I haven't even watched the last 3 videos. At that time it was only 3 videos. Because it makes me mad to see the comments. And then Sergeant, the person that originally replied, said, I know, it's old news. It should stop. And he should tell people the truth about it. And I put, and just when it seems like it was going to come to a close, they got the email. I don't appreciate being lied to like this. And especially when I'm aware I'm being lied to and they won't admit it. And then one of the new comments I got today is from someone named Love Yourself. And they, don't know if it's a he or she, probably a girl from the name of the channel, says, something you should keep in mind is that Matthias did say a while back he wants to make some more authentic creative story type videos. Which is true, I remember that 100%. It's great you care and are praying for them, but ultimately he's an entertainer, so keep that in mind. I agree it's staged, but I think it's creative, well thought out, and fun to watch. I'll pray for you as you've asked. So I appreciate that. Thank you for praying for me. Can never be prayed for too much. If I reach my mouse one more time, I'm gonna cry. You know how like when you buy a Bluetooth mouse, it comes with the thing inside to plug into your computer so you can use it? Okay, I had to take that out to plug in my ring light because it's USB controlled. So this is now useless, and I keep reaching for it to move my screen. So my reply to that comment from Love Yourself was, yeah, thank you for the prayers. And that's the main reason why I think it's fake. Matt is a creator. Like I said in the video earlier, intricate plots and storylines is what he does. And I've watched Matt for a long time, so I know without a doubt that if they were actually in danger, he would have acted on contacting the police in person much sooner because, again, he takes safety and privacy very seriously. Also, I just find it really suspicious that everything they need to further the storyline is found within their studio. You would think that if there were other parts of the story and other studios, that there would be missing pieces to the storyline, but there's not. And like I said earlier, even murder mysteries have some ends that are never tied together. No story lines up perfectly unless it's planned to. And one more comment with 5 replies. Oh my gosh. Okay, so from the dim below. Sorry, my computer's like behind my ring light, so if you just saw my nose, I'm sorry. So they said there probably are things in other units, however those units aren't YouTube companies, so it won't be public, which is true. And so I gave the same reply I gave to the last person because it was going to be the same anyways. Okay, so they said if you watch the most recent video, the sheriff's office is involved now. Actually, there's no recorded footage that shows Matthias going to the police or sheriff's station. He just said he went. He could have very well lied. Went and got lunch or something. So, that's that. And the police have better things to do than become a part for a YouTube series. And personally, that confirms for me that it's real. There has been no solid evidence, like I just said so far, that the police are actually involved at all. He she said, he said that Matthias said they're involved. Which, how fake I think this is not something that you can really rely on right now. And they said, furthermore, there are loopholes. What are the rest of the keys for? They could be just for show, like a prop. You can buy keys anywhere and get them made at Walmart for like $2. What's the car's involvement? It belongs to Cyphus. That's already been deduced. What's in the diary? Notebook? Nothing. That's already been deduced as well. Yet, yes, Matt is a good storyteller and writer, but just because he's a YouTuber doesn't mean that this is fake in any way. Also, where would they get all the things you see in the videos? The corrosive material, the cell tower spoofer, the injection gun. I don't think I even replied to all that. I just replied, like a general response. I have watched the most recent video. That was the one where they emailed, or the guy, the undercover cop emailed them. That's the last video I've seen. There is no footage of Matt at the station, so honestly, this is my response to them. So honestly, how do we know that he even went? The person in the chat said to be cautious of this case because the station was shutting down anyone who brought light to it. Sorry about that. So, my response. The person in the chat said to be cautious of this case because the station was shutting down anyone who brought light to it. So then why would Matt take it to them in person knowing he might risk getting shut down? His content would be gone. He would have no way to make more videos without them now being aware. But then if it's fake, it doesn't matter because that's what the police are saying isn't true. I've been advocating for him to go in person since day one, and he's barely gotten it through his head to do it now. Oh, that sounds kind of rude. Sorry. Anyways, I've, like, since the very first videos, I'm like, go to the police in person. Take your evidence, go to the police in person. They can't deny to see you if you're in person. And then they responded and said, I think it's all down to personal belief. I personally think it's real, and I think Izzy, their maintenance guy, is involved, to be honest. Absolutely. So I put, well, I mean, yeah, it's real in the sense that it's happening to be filmed, but I've watched Matt for a very long time, and I know in situations of danger, he acts quickly. He wouldn't let it drag on for several years just because Cyphus doesn't seem violent, especially if there are other co-workers involved. And I considered Izzy being involved, at least in planting stuff, because he's always in and out of the ceiling and working on several other parts of the studio as well. He might not be in on what's going into the spaces, but he might be telling Matt where he finds hidden areas. So those are the comments. Those of you who are rude, I don't appreciate you. You can stay away from my channel, thank you. And those of you who are open to discussion, you are always welcome back. Yeah. So I saw several typos that I have to go back and fix now because that bugs me. And I'm not going to leave them there, obviously. But thank you for watching. Sorry you can't even see me. I promise I'm back here. Hope you guys have a great day. And thank you for watching. I'm just holding my phone, so this lighting is going to be like all kinds of crazy, but I completely forgot to read part of the response I just read to the comment. So the one that started off, I have read the most recent video. There's another part to that, my response. So I'm stuck on it's either so obviously fake or it's real, and just all things ironically come together right when they need them to. You don't think that Matt and his team have access to movie props and the extra keys? They could be there just for imagination. Not everything has to have a purpose. Perhaps they got to the notebook before Cyphus could use it. The car has already been solved. It just belongs to Cyphus, and it's been the home of a few vital elements. like the incident with Woods' key fob. If it's not Woods, it has to be someone they know. If they were able to get close enough to scan and copy his key fob from his pocket, wallet, keychain, wherever he keeps it. It has to be someone he personally knows or someone in the studio, unless Cyphus broke in way before they stole... Yeah, so it has to be someone they personally know or someone in the studio, unless Cyphus broke in way before they started filming this and turned it into a whole scandal and stole Woods' key fob, and that's how he lost it. So it's up to you guys, whatever you want to think. This is just my opinion. I think it's completely fake. You don't have to think the same as I do.